I showed you my orb. Please respond. Howdy hole, and welcome back to Hole Chat, a girl love and boy love podcast that thinks every romance story would improve with a dead body or two. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me is someone who's equally fascinated and afraid of spooky things, Keelz.
You got me with the dead body, but what the fuck is up with the orb?
You'll find out.
God, sounds like a Zelda reference.
There is almost some Zelda things going on if you just pay attention to the reincarnation and everlasting love part. Well, I guess Zelda and Link maybe are in love, or maybe they're just like cool T for T friends. Who knows? But no, we're not, it's not a Zelda situation. The orb part will become very clear to you in a hot second. So, still summer break, still chilling. I'm developing new hobbies that somehow all seem to come back to boys and girls kissing each other. And that's pretty much it. Drinking a lot of cool beverages and gay stuff. Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much what my life consists of right now.
Drinking a lot of cool shit, especially.
Yeah. Getting the jumbo-sized Mountain Dew Slurpee from the convenience store.
Good Lord.
And then ruining my life. Yeah.
It's hot girl summer.
Yes. And speaking of hot girl summer, I have a girl love title today. Which
Ooh.
I do have to preface, I'm old enough to have been there, not for the dawn of yaoi, but I was very cognizant of the yaoi that was coming down the pipes as a teenager in like the early 2000s. And so I have been through a lot of the worst that yaoi has to offer. Yuri has never blossomed the way that yaoi has, and I felt like we were finally like kind of gearing up for a Yuri Renaissance where there's a lot more Yuri out there. It's better. Yuri that's drawn by men is even like less sexualized and more about like the story and stuff like that. It's not like it was when I was, younger and it was just thinly veiled porn, but they put the Yuri sticker on it and I'm like, no girl acts like this and this is so weird and why are there all these upskirt shots? Things have gotten significantly better.
They're still not that great.
Yeah, this is my point. Nevertheless, it is so hard to find a decent Yuri story, I feel like. And even when I think I have one, it's either been canceled, or it's on some weird hiatus, or it's really sweet, but it's just as sweet as the other one that I read. And so they're all kind of the same. I've struggled. So when I came across this title, I was stoked. Because holy fucking shit, it was giving me something. I also have to preface, there's no hole in this one.
Ugh. Like, I know we are a book review, but the joke is that there's hole in it, and for Yuri, there's a lot less hole than I expected.
I am on my hands and knees begging to see two women fuck at this point.
Unfortunately, you'd probably have to dip into a bunch of the toxic stuff, and then we'd both be unhappy.
And that's the thing. So here's the thing. Even some of the toxic stuff I found recently, it was drawn by a dude. It was basically hentai. And no shade to hentai. Hentai's fine, but I wanted to read a story, and this didn't feel like a story. It felt like a collection of scenarios in order to get two people to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because the story as a whole didn't even make any fucking sense. What I read, I was just like, what are we doing? Just show me the porn at this point. Don't keep edging me with that promise of some cohesion. You know what I mean? So, getting that out of the way, I'm struggling. I'm mad. This is good, though, so we're talking about it. Today, we're going to talk about a manhwa that has been lovingly referred to as Inuyasha, but for sapphics.
Sapphic Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm. Which...
Oh, God, if only. If only Kagome and Kikyo ditched Inuyasha, that indecisive asshole.
So, which, I agree that it is like Inuyasha for sapphics, but Kikyo doesn't suck, because she's an asshole.
Yeah, Kikyo sucks. Like, honestly, fuck. Like, the only reason I even wanted Inuyasha and Kagome together is because Kikyo sucked so hard.
Yeah.
Like, after a while, your tragedy just became a weapon, and I was tired of you.
Yeah, so Kikyo doesn't suck, and the spirits that we do see are frightening. Because the Shomaru is attractive.
No one was scared of that.
Oh no, you came in with your giant, like, dog pelt, whatever the fuck he's wearing, his tail or whatever.
If the Shomaru existed in real life and, like, appeared as, like, aha, I'm an evil demon, some rich woman would have him on a collar and pegged in 2 minutes.
Or, like, everyone just sees him and legs wide open.
Yeah.
Who's he gonna hurt, really? Who's not gonna be lining up to be hurt by him?
Male pride?
Yeah, besides that, because he's too pretty. Yeah, so Inuyasha minus the parts that I don't care for about it, and with more lesbians.
Yay, lesbians. And I mean that sincerely.
Yeah. So today I want to chat about Master of the Fox Bead, which is a 2020 manhwa by Gyaga. So we've featured Gyaga on here before with the Bigger on the First Floor, but this is her most recent comic.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're getting more of her. So at this point, I think I have one comic left to read by her, and then I'll have the full set.
Then you will have collected them all.
Yes, absolutely.
You'll be a Pokemon master.
Pretty much. And this is obviously where the orb's coming up. It's a little bead. There's a bead involved. Bead, orb, whatever you want to call it. It's involved.
The Shikon Jewel.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you called it Inuyasha Sapphic. I'm gonna go hard.
Kind of. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was so focused on other stuff.
I have too much Inuyasha lore because when that Inuyasha sequel came out, I wanted to kill myself.
Fair.
Like, I got so mad at it, and then I had to, like, watch some Inuyasha to cleanse, and then I remembered that I didn't like Inuyasha that much to begin with.
We're going in a better place. And also, there is horror in this. So we're not staying in the, oh, we stabbed the demon. Oh, but, like, they're not dead. They're, like, okay. And maybe we'll befriend them later. No, there's, like, spooky shit going on, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, let's go ahead and dive right in for this Sapphic Spook Fest. Our story begins on a spooky story about a young girl who falls asleep at school and is accidentally left behind by her classmates. She wakes at midnight and leaves campus only to find a street peddler, an old woman, has set up shop right outside of the school gate. The old woman beckons the girl forward, and she obliges almost as if in a trance. The old woman suggests they make an exchange and offers the girl a strange marble. A marble that can make her wish come true.
For a moment, I was like, she offers her an apple and tells her to bake a pie.
Well, we're in a different hemisphere on this one.
Giving me some Snow White feels.
But the moment the girl, or anyone, accepts it, they will be haunted by a female ghost and eventually go mad.
Neat.
Or so says Yeonju, a normal high school girl, as she regales two of her friends with the tale. Said friends rebuff her a bit, as she's always going on about spooky and unbelievable stories. Because they're just like, well, the security guard wouldn't let a student stay that late. And, like, there's this hole in that story. And, like, this is kind of unbelievable. It's weird. There's one important question that arises. Given the opportunity, what would they all wish for? So that immediate, like, 180 that teenagers will do, like, isn't this story crazy? What would you wish for, by the way? Like, the inference is that if you wish for something on this marble or whatever, you're gonna go mad. But teenagers are still like, oh, I'm curious, what would you wish for?
I mean, like, insanity doesn't feel too bad when, like, your wish could be like, I don't know, give me infinite knowledge and I will cure insanity when I'm insane. I don't know.
So you're thinking, like, tricking a genie situation.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Most wish-based stuff, I think, is very monkey's paw adjacent. So you're not going to get what you want. Not
and
really.
You gotta think that after the first, like, let's say the first 10 genies were tricked, all the other genies got together and were like, okay, boys, we gotta figure this out.
Like there's a genie union that we didn't know about?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Genie, like Disney Genie, unfortunately was not signed on. That's why his time was so fucking miserable.
Oh, I see. He wasn't aware that the union was happening, and so he missed out. Or maybe he didn't pay his dues.
Didn't pay his dues. Could have. He was lost in a desert. Hard to pay your dues when you're lost.
That's fair. They should have sent out a representative to, welcome him back to the fold. Well, the girls have pretty average wishes. Passing exams, achieving fame, money, the usual. And as they talk, the final member of their friend group, and our main character, Jinhwa, appears. They call her Jinjin, which is very cute.
Oh, Jinjin. That's very cute.
They greet her, and, as teens do, immediately ask her what she'd do with a wish-granting marble. Jinhwa suggests money at first. That's taken by Mina. So, what else? What could Jinhwa possibly wish for? That wish just so happens to walk into the classroom in the form of Seo-ha, a handsome, smart, and somewhat frail young man that has captivated Jinhwa for a while.
Ah.
She doesn't tell her friends this, of course. She has some dignity, but damn is he good looking. So I'll go ahead and real quick show you. This is Yeonju, who was telling the ghost story.
Very cute.
Yes, I have pictures of her in here just because I know you're going to think she's cute.
Yes, you're right. I do love a little nerd.
And then these are very, very early drawings. This is obviously the first chapter.
Yeah.
Everyone tightens up a little bit more, so I do think like Yeonju and Mina and everyone gets cuter. But we have Yeonju here. This is Soo-ah, who will be important later. And then this is Mina.
Mina doesn't get to be important?
Soo-ah is going to be important fastest, but all of the girls are important at some point.
Yeah, that's fair. I just like, Mina's already kind of hot.
Mina stays hot.
Yeah.
You'll see.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And then this is our main character, Jinhwa.
Kagome, it's so good to see you, girl.
She does honestly have a slicked down kind of Kagome haircut. Because Kagome's hair is like very fluffy. Jinhwa's is like almost bone straight. There's like a little bit of curve to her bang, and that's it. And then her wish shows up in the classroom. It is a boy.
Who is that boy that Kagome liked? Hojo. That was his name. That's a Hojo looking motherfucker. Boring.
He does have the trappings of like kind of a generic male lead. But I will also say that he's more interesting than that, because we're going to get into him too.
Well, Hojo also turned out to be more interesting in the series, but it took you 1,000 fucking episodes to get there.
No, he's more interesting immediately and stays interesting.
Nice.
But this is her getting, like, blown back by his presence.
More Kagome moments. Kagome and Clamp crossover.
He's so good looking to her that she can, like, imagine him sparkling and that sort of thing. She's very, very into him.
Yeah. He's so dull, girl. Straight women, I swear.
Well, she's
like,
straight.
Look, I like men too, but damn, all the men I like are hot, actually. Damn.
People have opinions.
Damn, give me a man with a beard, some chub on him, sweet little face. Damn.
Keelz, people have opinions.
Or a muscle boy.
Okay, sorry. People have opinions, except for everybody agrees that the manager from K-pop Demon Hunters can get it.
Bobby! Bobby! I'd fuck his voice actor too, I'm not gonna lie.
You know?
Hey, think about it. He's hot. I don't care about that little...
I don't have an opinion. I can't have an opinion here.
I don't care about that little dick. It still works.
I can't have an opinion here. Stop.
Turn your aceness up. This man is a doctor who became an actor for fun.
I have no horse in this race. I'm so sorry. Anyway, insane person. As class starts, Jinhwa continues to wax poetic about Seo-ha's beauty, remarking how his cuteness evokes both sadistic and nurturing feelings within her.
Oh, lore, girl. Sadistic and emotional feelings. Damn, Kagome, you went to college.
She's a little freak.
Look, if Kagome went to college, she would have become a freak.
Jinhwa, I think, she's like all of us. I see more of myself in Jinhwa than I see myself in Kagome, for sure.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I totally get where she's coming from. You know, sometimes you want to hurt the person you like a little bit.
Yeah.
Not in like a bad way, just like, you know.
Just in a way.
What are you going to do? Yeah. So she ignores her classwork as she's in the perfect position to just gaze adoringly at him. Seo-ha turns to look at her for a moment, then flinches and hurriedly looks away.
Oh boy, uh-oh.
That's odd and a little hurtful, but she can't really blame him since she was openly staring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the flinch makes sense. If you see someone staring at you, it might make you jump.
Yeah,
But that boy got freak eyes or something. You said spooky. I'm ready. He sees ghosts. He is a ghost. He's a dragon. I don't know.
We do figure out why he flinched later.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not going to cover in the podcast, but I will tell you privately because it's really funny.
I don't need to know. I've already put it in my head. You said it's like Inuyasha. There's ghosts, baby. It's got it.
It's really funny, though, and I really enjoyed it.
Please do spoil me. I am kidding, but I do also know. I just know.
Yeah. So he flinched, and she gets it. But still, she's pretty, right? He'll eventually notice her, right?
Girl, do not put value on how a man sees you. Be hot for you.
These thoughts continue to plague her until gym period, where volleyball is the sport of the day. A sport that Jinhwa is usually pretty good at, but today is special. And she passes a ball at full strength, away from the net, directly into Syoha's noggin, and knocking him unconscious.
Damn. That's a special kind of luck.
Mm-hmm. Jinhwa panics and hastily volunteers to take Syoha to the nurse's office.
She knocked him out so she could molest him.
I think she'd prefer if that was in her brain. Legitimately carrying him on her back all the way there.
She is strong.
Mm-hmm. She continues to panic because the nurse is nowhere to be found, and there is a passed out teen in front of her. And, even worse, Syoha still looks and smells so good, even when he's injured.
Ew. Sorry, the smell being brought into it.
The smell is also a relevant point for later.
Oh, no. But
not in the way that you're thinking. It is actually a very chill, non-sexual reason. There's nothing
I'm
weird
sure
about
it is, but, you ever be like, oh, that's a warning you about something?
I will tell you, there's a flashback later, because this isn't going to spoil anything, there's a flashback later where we find out that Jinhwa actually did tell Syoha right out the gate, oh my god, you smell so good.
Girl.
Hadn't really met him before, and it's just you smell great, and I'm like, that's not how you greet someone. I get it.
Now, realistically, have you ever accidentally said that to someone who did smell really good?
Yes, but I was working retail. I'd already said hello to them. And I just said, I'm so sorry, man, but you smell awesome. What are you wearing? It was very much you've got to be wearing something, give me the deets, girl, kind of thing. Instead of, oh, you smell good.
Yeah, I actually used to be one of those devils who worked in beauty, but I did not spray people with perfume, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because people typically shopping perfume have their own fucking scent on them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ruin their own jazz by adding, Katy Perry scent on them. Anyways, there was, this nice old Italian man who came in,
mm-hmm.
and he smelled awesome. And, I remember I was like, oh, you smell so good. And then I was like, I just said that because I'm, 21 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, a little embarrassing to say that. And he was just so nice. And, his English was, super accented. But it smelled good. He smelled like oranges and honestly kind of like toast. It was a very weird cologne.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I was so embarrassed because, the ladies who worked the perfume counter were like, are you trying to snap this old man? What's up? And I'm like, stop.
Yeah, so she's still in her head about Syoha and is like, oh, he smells good and he looks good, even though he's passed out.
Girl.
She's a simp.
I know. I just, I don't know, something about someone being like, oh, there's scent. It always feels ominous.
Jinhwa can't tell whether or not this is hell or heaven, but one thought emerges as she gazes at Syoha on the cot. Please let me become Syoha's girlfriend. I have a lot of pictures of Jinhwa because I think she's cute as a button too, so.
She is. She really does look like Kagome and Kikyo fucked and had her. I'm gonna bring this full sapphic.
I mean, fine. And that's her hitting the ball to the wrong direction.
God damn.
Big whoopsies.
Big whoopsie. You weak, son. That's such a light little head tap. You're so weak.
And then her carrying him to the nurse's
so
office.
Strong, girl. Mama.
Well, they will give the situation. Syoha does look kind of frail and pretty looking, I guess. He has that kind of generic male lead, but leaning towards what you would want to.
Is this the same artist as the baker too?
Yes, yeah.
Then no, he's not pretty enough for her style.
Not pretty enough for her style, but he has the, I want to say, middle of the road K-pop pretty. Because there are really, really pretty K-pop dudes, and there are dudes who look kind of like in the middle, where it's like they're kind of your perfect in the middle. They're not too manly, they're not too cutesy, they're just kind of right there in the middle.
I would say never gonna debut pretty, because like he's still not even pretty enough to debut, I think.
It's just a very generic kind of look is what I think Gyaga was going for. And so he has this kind of...
If you're in a desert, his face will do, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
He's not that good. Like, okay, look. I know the artist. I remember their art.
Yeah.
He's not that good.
Yeah. You also have to think, teenager thinking regular people, like, these are not meant to be, like, hot. They're supposed to be regular people. Because I would say most everybody in here looks pretty normal. That they're not ugly by any means. I think they're charming and stuff like that. But we're not going, like, overly hot for no reason. We're not doing, this is the most beautiful person I've ever seen and everyone in here looks beautiful. We're not doing K-drama levels of everyone happens to be hot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got like cute like teenage boy kind of vibes around him. And I do want to say, by now you're probably wondering, where are the lesbians? Because I promise you girls. You know, girls having feelings and doing all that sort of stuff. Stay with me. We're gonna meet the female lead in a hot minute. And then we'll get this ball rolling into Sapphic Town.
Look, you can be bisexual. Your first crush can be a man. Most lesbians probably have it happen to them, you know?
Jinhwa's daydreams are rudely interrupted by Seoha's brother, Shojin, entering the room. Literally, like, slamming the door open and then asking her aggressive questions about how his hyun got injured.
Oh, that's his brother?
Uh-huh.
He looks like Professor Oak from the distance.
Uh-huh. Because he's got like a little overgrown buzz cut kind of thing going on with him.
And they look like they have gray hair. I might not be seeing color right because I can't see color very well.
It's a very kind of gray-brown.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I had a feeling it could be brown, but I was like, this looks like straight up old man gray to me.
It's close enough that I think I get why you would say that.
Okay.
But so he's giving her all this attitude, legitimately giving like real overprotective little brother energy, which is fair.
Oh, and he's the younger brother?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta show me a close-up of him later. I need to see if he looks like the older brother.
But this is all fair, because Seoha really is frail to the point that he doesn't participate much in gym class. Seojin only stops badgering Jinhwa when Seoha awakes and de-escalates the situation, forgiving her for the accident and thanking her for her help in the same breath. Jinhwa, stoked that Seoha's 1, okay, and 2, said her name, leaves the nurse's office with a pep in her step. The moment she does, Seojin asks if his brother is really okay, especially considering who he ended up in contact with. Seoha affirms that, yeah, he's fine, and encourages Seojin not to think badly about Jinhwa, since it's truly not her fault what she's dealing with.
Girl, is she the ghost?
We'll see. Ooh, spooky.
Because that would be kind of cool. I'm a classmate. No, you're totally a ghost.
Well,
you're pretending to talk to people.
That's fucking ominous. But we'll continue in a second. This is more of the younger brother.
Okay, he looks better. He's prettier, honestly.
You have taste, too, so I'm not going to get into it. I already know.
Well, I do like little shit stain.
But as we're leading off on the whole, like, don't be too mad at her, she's dealing with things or whatever, this is what we kind of lead off with. There's all this kind of black, like...
energy around her?
Miasma kind of around her.
Okay.
That she doesn't know about, but that these two boys can see.
Girl.
Essentially, yeah. Back in class, Jinhwa should be taking notes and listening to the lecture, but she and her deskmate, Su-ah, are chatting about Seoha's departure from school, which eventually leads to some uncomfortable gossip via Su-ah. So Seoha was like, I gotta go home. I don't feel good for the rest of the day. And they're now kind of gossiping about it. From Suha's point of view, word on the street is that Seoha is the son of a shaman, which means he's probably going to get possessed and like have tons of freaky shit happen to him. Derogatory.
Man, y'all are mean.
Being a smitten teenage girl, this angers Jinhwa, and she interrupts class with a shout. Like, she literally like slams her hands on her desk and was like, don't talk about him that way. And I'm like, no, honey, don't.
I'm kind of proud of her, though, because, like, that's some rude shit.
It's like, you understand why somebody would say that, but it is rude. You're at that age where you'll say something and it's like not untrue. That some of the things that you're saying,
Yeah.
you're saying in a way like that person doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, no matter how weird homeschool kids can be, it's fucking rude to say it. Like, to be like, you're homeschooled and you're weird. And it's like, any weirdness they might have could be from lack of socialization.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. You're saying something, it's not untrue, but you didn't have to say it that way, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, like, that was just an example. I don't think homeschool kids are weird, but I do recall all my homeschool friends that we, like, met in college being like, everyone said I was going to be weird, and I was like, why? And they're like, well, because I was homeschooled. And I was like, I didn't know that was a big thing.
But so, yeah, Jinhwa slams her hands at the desk, interrupts the situation, which is embarrassing, draws the attention of the teacher, and needless to say, her little outburst leads to punishment to be completed after evening lessons and false assurances that she doesn't really like Seoha like that to her friend.
Oh, God.
Like, oh, no, I don't.
You gave yourself away.
I just got upset, but it's like not because he's like super cute or whatever.
Not because he's hot.
It's not because he's super hot. Yeah.
Girl, like, even if it wasn't because he was hot and you just got mad, no shame, you know?
That's what I think, yeah. All in all, though, today just really isn't her day.
Yeah.
Hours later, Jinhwa awakes alone in the classroom. It's already dark out, and the school's completely abandoned. She furiously texts her friend, asking why they didn't wake her, but they did try. Jinhwa had apparently growled at them to let her sleep.
Oh, God.
Come to think of it, she did have a weird dream. She quickly gathers her things and rushes through the school, trying to ignore the creepy vibes of being all alone in such a big building.
Yeah, hello.
Thankfully, the school gates are still open, and she sighs with relief as she steps through them. To her surprise, there's a tent bar set up right outside of the school gate. Weird, especially at this time of night where any traffic is unlikely.
There's a what set up?
A tent bar.
A tent bar.
Yeah, so a thing in Korea is that you'll see bars just kind of set up. It's under a tent.
Oh, okay.
But, like, usually you have, like, food and drink. So if you take street food and put it under a tent is a lot of times what it is. And some people, like with a food truck or, like, a street cart or whatever, they'll be in the same places all the time. So it's weird that there's one set up.
Yeah.
Especially outside of the school, especially after everybody's gone home already. Because that person could probably make bank while the students are still doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As Jinhwa passes the tent, a woman's voice calls out to her, beckoning her to come look at her wares. Jinhwa's eyes glaze over, and, moving as though not in control of her own body, she steps into the tent and sits in front of an older woman.
Uh-oh.
Said woman seems pleased to have met Jinhwa and refers to her as a VIP. She says she has something special for such an occasion and offers out a small bead. Jinhwa, in a voice that barely feels like her own, replies that she likes it, agreeing to take the item. Oh, but she doesn't have any money for such a valuable thing. The old woman smiles and assures Jinhwa that she'll end up paying for it eventually.
Ah.
Just
damn.
Yeah.
Just damn. Well, damn. Like, the spooky story was told, so she missed out on the dangerous bead.
Mm-hmm. She didn't go over to the tent because she wanted to. She
seems possessed, but it's always, you always wonder if you knew, could you have prevented something?
In her case, nah, dude.
Yeah.
She had miasma earlier today. She was not in a good spot, you know.
Her body ain't well.
Just as quickly as she appeared, the old woman and her tent are gone, leaving Jinhwa standing in the street in a daze. And she actually nearly gets hit by a car because she's suddenly in the street.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. She snaps out of it and returns home, getting very reasonably chewed out by her mom before collapsing on her bed in exhaustion because she came home super late.
Yeah.
She's just so goddamn tired. She reaches into her uniform pocket and pulls out the bead, looking at it curiously for just a moment before succumbing to the clutches of sleep.
Do you have, like, a picture of the bead?
I do. I should have a picture of the bead.
Because I want to know what the bead looks like, honestly.
Yeah, there's her trying to come out of school. And I saved some pictures just because I thought the staging was good.
Yeah, like the perspective good. It's ominous. This feels very spooky.
Yeah, and then here's her sitting down in front
Possessed.
of the... Yeah. Just sitting in front of the old woman. And then the bead at first looks like almost like a little glowing moon or something like that.
Or a marble. Yeah.
And then that's the old woman holding it, and then she's home.
Okay.
Well, as she drifts off, she idly wonders if this is the famous bead that grants wishes.
If so, she has heard of it.
Yeah, because, well, she heard enough about it from that morning, but she didn't hear the full story.
Right.
But she didn't hear the part about, oh, I got stuck at school, and then I went out, and this woman gave me blah, blah, blah. But she knew about the bead, but she didn't know about the rest of the story. And again, not like it would have mattered anyways, because, supernatural stuff be supernatural in.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere, a woman with long, white-gray hair stuffed under a baseball cap perches in a tree as she sniffs the air. It's close, she says, though whatever it is, we're not sure. I mean, y'all know what it is, actually, but it's a cool, ominous ending to chapter 1.
Yeah, and in a baseball hat, long white hair, female Inuyasha, here she is.
Legitimately, a little bit, yeah, look at her.
I mean, yeah. Can I just say both the female lead and the main character girl have some real strong-ass jaws?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the other girls look kind of soft and cute, but they look like they're strong, and we've already been shown they're strong. So I kind of appreciate that they're, like, a little hulked out.
The variety on the women in here is pretty cool, because, again, no one looks like... There's really only a couple characters who would look very distinctly like something, but they look like people that you know. They look kind of just generic like people that you know, but there are enough differences to them. Because I know I showed you a quick clip of a girl later who, like, she's super, super pretty, but you can tell she's pretty compared to everybody else. You can tell she's, like, overly good looking compared to everyone else and stuff like that. So I do like the variety on the girls. I do like how much we get to look at and how they're all a little bit different. But next chapter, Jinhwa awakes in a dream, dressed in a white burial shroud and lying on a bed of white chrysanthemums. The sound of bells ring out around her, and she can hear a voice, but she can't quite make out what they're saying. She sees a flash of an unknown woman, her clothes stained with blood, and then an intense and endless fire. Jinhwa is startled awake by her mother yelling at her to get up. She finds herself on the floor, rather than her bed, tears hanging heavy from her eyes. She lays there, bewildered for a moment, and then realizes she feels relaxed and comfortable, despite the weird dream. Which means she definitely slept in and is going to be 100% late for school.
Girl. Yeah.
We've all had that moment where you're like, oh, I feel so refreshed. You're late.
Like, oh god, I'm so cozy. Oh my god.
You're fucked, dude.
Especially if you had 0-hour classes.
Hell yeah, dude.
My dumbass didn't, but I just wanted to hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a very cool page. And it is so Kagome.
Mm-hmm. And then, so that's her in the chrysanthemums, and then here's the woman that she got a flash of covered in blood. And then the giant fire. And then she wakes up, legitimately, on the verge of tears.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even get out of your uniform.
She was real tired. And I love Jinhwa's mom. She doesn't get a name, and she doesn't make a ton of appearances, but when she is there, she is giving attitude. So you can kind of see where Jinhwa gets some of her, like, feistiness from. Because Jinhwa at one point is like, holy shit, what time is it? And her mom's like, why don't you sleep a bit more? Do it, huh?
Just mocking her?
Yeah.
You know what? If my mom had given me that attitude, my goddamn ass would have gone back to bed.
Yeah,
okay. Like...
like you said, I should. So Jinhwa scrambles to get ready for school, asking in a panic why her mom didn't try to wake her up. Well, she did try, Jesus fucking Christ, but someone wouldn't move. Weird, because Jinhwa's not usually that deep of a sleeper. But no time to think. Must school.
Also, this is an Asian mom. Why are you in a coma? Get up! Because my mom would have been on top my ass shaking me. Because, like, I actually took too much NyQuil once and put myself in a tiny, tiny little coma. Scared the shit out of my mom. So, if she couldn't wake my ass up, she was on top of me, shaking. Don't you do that again. Because, you know, it's not fun. It's scary.
Yeah, that's fair.
I deserved it. I deserved to lose that trust.
She's in the middle of grabbing her materials for class when she hears a loud thump against her bedroom window. Jinhwa turns to look and is greeted with the sight of a young woman with long gray-white hair and a baseball cap pressed up against her window. Said woman bears a look of desperation as she says, "Found you."
Na 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 na.
Which is
Hey.
which is
No. Spooked. I'm spooked. Spooky flag waved.
Which is enough to petrify anyone, especially since Jinhwa lives on the 12th floor.
No. My scared, timid ass is done. Have you ever... No. How'd you even do that?
She's a spook.
Oh, she's a ghost?
No.
Okay, well, you are spooky, though.
Yeah.
Ugh,
She is spooky.
Lord.
And then, yeah, that's her little value.
It is kind of hot, though, but also,
Yeah. Jinhwa stands there in shock, despite the woman asking to be let in. Realizing Jinhwa won't move a muscle, the mystery woman phases through the glass of the window and steps into the bedroom.
Nope.
This causes Jinhwa to panic more and attempt to convince herself that she's having a fucked up dream.
Yeah, girl, you are.
But nah, the weird woman is real, and she pinches Jinhwa's cheek as proof, before getting to the gist of why she's here. See, Jinhwa's got her bead, and she would really appreciate if it was returned to her. Jinhwa pulls the bead out of her pocket to confirm it's the item in question, and the woman excitedly reaches out for it. Jinhwa jukes her, pulling it away from her grasp, because her protag's got a question.
Okay, fair.
If a weird woman just phased into her home, then there's a chance that this bead can actually grant wishes, and if that's the case, Jinhwa wants to make one.
No, stupid. That's not... I take back my... Oh, good idea. No, I thought you were going to say something useful.
Teenager. You gotta remember, she's like 16.
No, I'm not going to say, like, she's done wrong, because she's thinking how she should think. She's a teen. But god damn it, my question would have been like, why do you want the bead? I need you to lie to me and tell me you're going to do something good with it. Because if you're just bold-faced, like, I'm going to destroy the world, then I can't give you that bead, you know?
Yeah, well, you're thinking more in, like, a fantasy heroine kind of way. She's thinking, well, I want it.
Honestly, everyone should think like a fantasy female protag. Think of, man, I can't vote for Trump, because if I vote for him, you know, the world could end. Like, don't do that shit, you know? Or, gosh, I should give money to that homeless woman, because that would make the world a better place. You know, have those protag thoughts.
Or what if she's a cool witch that'll help me out later?
Yeah, hey, if you need to be selfish to do something nice, I'm not going to fault you for it. If you're like, this is going to make me look good, but you're giving money, I don't give a damn. Just don't say out loud, this is going to make me look good. Keep that thought inside. Do the good deed. I don't care. Don't out yourself. Do the good deed, get praise, whatever.
Yeah. The woman grimaces and assures Jinhwa, through gritted teeth, that it's not what she thinks it is. That answer's not good enough, and Jinhwa proceeds to play keep away, refusing to pass the bead over until she knows for sure.
Sorry. Scary woman's like, it's not what you think it is. I don't want to give it to you. Girl, you got one brain cell and it's broken.
I think they probably share a brain cell, honestly. But this is the mystery woman phasing through the window.
Yeah.
And then she's super casual about, like, you've got what I want, right? And unsurprisingly, Jinhwa's like, nope.
I do like that she just full-ass yeets the bead away from her. I'm impressed.
And then here's her just going, nope.
It's very funny. Oh my god.
They do the little DBZ thing when, like, we can only see, like flashes of their shadows as they're fighting. Yeah. But it's to keep the bead away.
I really like how this is scripted. Like, I would already watch this if this was a show.
I would, too. So after being fucked with for a while, frustrated, the woman resorts to threats, promising to rip Jinhwa limb from limb if she doesn't hand the bead over right now.
Alright, do it then. Again, my ass... I'm gonna die. I just asked too much.
Jinhwa swallows it.
Oh, she's... You know what? I'm like, that's so dumb, but I'm also praising her. Like, don't do that, but me, the spite in me is like, yeah, girl, go off.
She gulps it down, shuts her eyes tight, and begs to become Sioha's girlfriend.
You're so stupid! Like, the fact that it's over a boy...
So, you know, this mystery woman's making this horrifying face like, I will tear you limb from limb, and then just,
I love that she swallowed it.
And then, please let me be his Please, girlfriend, please let me do it.
I kind of wish that this ghost lady's response was to, like, punch her in the stomach. Like, you don't know what that is.
Totally fair. The mystery woman stares on in a mix of shock and horror. Jinhwa swallowed the Fox Bead and closed her eyes? She didn't make a wish with her whole chest?
Her Fox Bead.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Because at this point, the woman says it's a Fox Bead.
Okay. What does that mean, she didn't make a wish with her whole chest?
So, it infers that normally people who've gotten attached to this bead, if they make a wish, they're like, yes, I want this, and they're like, they've got conviction to them, right? But she's just like, can he please be his girlfriend? So it's like not...
It's not like, it wasn't like a bottom of your heart wish. It was sort of like a flippant wish.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, are you trying to hide the lesbianism by pretending you're straight? Is that what's up?
No, we'll get into why she's not able to go this far later. It'll come up a bit. That aside, she grabs Jinhwa and shakes her, demanding she spits it up, but to no avail. Because Jinhwa's mom's yelling is enough to scare even supernatural folks.
Yeah.
And she's like, you gotta get your fucking ass to school right now.
I think if ghosts were real, they would remember, you know, what it's like to have a pissed off parent and be like, you know what, pause, go. I'm scared too.
Mr. Lady tisk and then informs Jinhwa they'll meet later before disappearing in a plume of glittery smoke. What a wild fucking morning. Well, couldn't get worse. Jinhwa finally makes it to school in one piece, the latest she's ever been. Su-ah teases her upon arrival before asking what happened to her last night. Jinhwa's about to answer when Seo-ha timidly greets her, seemingly concerned about something, and also asks what happened to her the night before. But we already know, like...
She's like, yes, my bead is working. She is.
Truthfully, she's like, oh, he spoke to me. Oh.
You know she's like, my bead's working.
For real. However, Jinhwa doesn't have a chance to answer as her homeroom teacher walks in with an announcement. They have a transfer student.
Oh, girl.
And wouldn't you know it, that transfer student is totally the weird supernatural lady from that morning.
Oh, no. Fun.
She introduces herself as Ku Miho, which is a play on the Korean word for nine-tailed fox.
Mm-hmm.
So the Korean word is Gumiho, and so her name is Ku Miho.
Ku Miho.
So, they introduce Ku Miho, and then she is directed to take the only open seat left in the classroom. The seat next to Jinhwa. But that's where Su-ah sits. Except Su-ah is no longer there, and the seat is indeed vacant. So 2 seconds ago, Su-ah was there, and now she is gone.
Wait, who's Su-ah?
I had mentioned her before. She's one of Jinhwa's friends.
Yeah, that's right. So she's just...
she's just gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now she's important because you're like, baby, where'd you go?
Yes, this is what I meant. She gets important fast because where the fuck is she? But yeah, well, I'll catch you up. Su-ah is there. She speaks to Jinhwa. And then Miho comes in all of her glory. And then Su-ah's gone.
That is a face of terror.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
What'd you do with Su-ah, my
yeah,
girl?
Great
you
question.
Better fix it.
Jinhwa feels a vague malaise roll over her as the rest of the class, including her friends, confirm that there's never been a Su-ah in their class.
But she remembers Su-ah.
Even her two friends, Mina and Youngju, they don't remember Su-ah either. And they've been friends for a while.
Well, I hope Su-ah's not been killed.
No, okay. I will fill you in on what happens to her later, too.
Yeah.
As Miho takes her seat, it dawns on Jinhwa that this is what she meant by meeting later. Still uneasy, but more concerned for her friend, Jinhwa demands to know what happened to Su-ah. Miho smirks and callously answers, "Who cares?"
Christ.
What is important to Miho, as she leans close enough to whisper in Jinhwa's ear, is she needs her to stay alive until tonight. Why? Because as long as Jinhwa makes it through the day, Miho will be able to burn her body to nothing and retrieve her Fox Bead. You know, just girly things.
Don't swallow shit. Like, I'm not, like, notice I'm not scared by, oh, she threatened you. No shit.
Because honestly, too, like, again, Miho's got this kind of, like, cavalier, roguish attitude and look to her. If she said, you better stay alive till tonight, I'm probably tucking my hair behind my ear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, and then what?
Like, she kind of looks like Sephiroth, but a chick.
And not, well, I was going to say without as much depression. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, because even her saying, like, I'm going to reclaim the bead by burning your body. Okay.
Come on, girl. Like, that, like, I was like, yeah, keep the bead away from her. But that's why I was also like, don't eat it. Like, you don't want to deal with that.
And then this is what we're going to get to in a second.
Yeah.
Cut to Jinhwa running away from Miho at full speed through the halls of the school.
Good for her.
Miho is for some reason bewildered that Jinhwa would run from her. But, like, really? Honestly?
Why?
Yeah, like, she did threaten her life, my god, and he refuses to walk that back.
It was
like,
a joke. They tried to say.
Not even, like, as a joke. She's just like, well, hey, stop so I can talk to you. Well, if I stop, will you promise not to kill me?
No.
Well, no.
Girl. All y'all.
Unfortunately for Jinhwa, luck is still not on her side as her foot hits something and she goes flying onto the floor. As she tries to collect herself, Jinhwa questions just who the heck would leave a rock in the middle of the floor. Her eyes connect with said rock, and she discovers it's actually a woman's head sticking up through the floor.
She peeking.
Upon making eye contact, the head's mouth creaks open into a too wide smile, and she cackles. Miho very casually crouches down and legit flicks the spooky lady out of existence. Like, finger to a thumb flicks, and then obliteration into a fine mist, as though this wasn't a wild situation. She then turns to a petrified Jinhwa, asking if she's finally gonna listen to what she has to say.
No, you said you're gonna burn her alive. I still wouldn't.
Well, now Jinhwa's like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? Because this is what she sees coming out of the floor. Like, dark ghost woman head.
Yeah, fucking elder.
With, like, the, like, tentacle hair kind of thing. The tendrils that look almost like tentacles.
Yeah, it's fucking Elder Toguro coming out the floor. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah. Now that she's seen something terrible, Jinhwa is significantly more amenable to sitting down for a chat. Which they do. Miho explains that because Jinhwa ingested the Fox Bead, she'll regularly be exposed to spirits ranging from the annoying to the terrifying. Why? Well, the Fox Bead contains all of the power Miho has accumulated over centuries, and is the exact sort of thing that any malevolent creature would love. So what Miho meant about surviving till the evening? Yeah, she literally meant surviving, because the spookies are down to kill, and will be significantly more vicious about it than Miho. So, Jinhwa's in danger from spookies, just as much as she's, I guess, right now in danger from Miho.
Yeah, but I guess Miho's like, but I'll be nice about it.
Yeah, Miho's like, I'll burn you up in like 2 seconds, it'll be easy. But they're gonna, like, pull your eyeballs out first. They're gonna drag your corpse around the town square and then do something to it, you know?
You know what my dumbass would be doing?
Hmm.
Bargaining. Is there a way that you could kill me that is a little nicer? That would be my dumbass.
No, I think that's the correct choice, because Jinhwa does start trying to bargain with Miho.
Yeah. About, like, could you just, like, snap my neck or something?
Like, can we just do things a different way? But no, the bee does not grant wishes, but it will absolutely fuck Jinhwa's life up. It's also extremely important to Miho. See, some hag stole it from her centuries ago, and it's taken her this long to finally get close enough to grasp it. And then some soft-bodied mortal idiot had to swallow it, potentially dooming the entire Earth to ruin.
Yeah, girl.
Because if the wrong creature gets her hands on this, they could actually, like, obliterate the Earth.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Color me surprised.
Presented with all this new information, all of which inferring a fast-approaching demise, Jinhwa can do nothing else but cry.
Yeah.
Like, big, salty anime girl tears.
Yeah.
Miho tries to get her to calm down since she's not a child, but, and I really appreciate this, Jinhwa claps back and says she is a child, and 16 is too young to die.
Yeah.
As Jinhwa continues...
Fair. Very fair.
You're right, like, it's so rare that I feel like people do this, but, like, she's like, no, I am a kid, though.
I bet Miho's like, Miho being whatever she is, like, Is that young? Probably doesn't know how to count. Who knows?
You're close. There is something to that for sure. Not that she doesn't know how to count, but more that there's other stuff going on as to why she might be not fully keyed into this. As Jinhwa continues to sob, Miho has a specific look of panic on her face. One that is normally reserved for incompetent shonen boys. Because, like, she's just like, well, you're crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. What is this? Stop crying. I didn't do, like, I know I said stuff to you, but you don't have to cry about it. Like, please don't do this. Why are you leaking?
Like, can I just say my favorite type of villain? I just said I'm gonna kill you. Will you calm down?
It very much has that vibe to it.
Yeah. Oh, and there's such big tears.
Yeah, she's just so upset.
She's got, like, Mako from Kill la Kill vibes right now.
Mm-hmm. She's such a cutie. When asked pathetically if there's anything else that can be done, something that doesn't result in Jinhwa doing a die, Miho pauses and looks thoughtful. Yeah, there is one thing, but it's complicated and should be discussed when they for sure have privacy. Because at this point, they're like in a school courtyard. They need to be like in a room alone, something like that, to discuss it.
I gotta do scissoring. That'll fix it.
Miho eventually gets Jinhwa to calm down and escorts her back to class while assuring that things should be relatively evil spirit free as long as they're at school and it's before dusk. This puts Jinhwa in a better mood, but she's still feeling and looking a little bit mussed, so a trip to the bathroom is a must. And she demands that Miho stands outside and waits for her because girl etiquette, but also she did agree to keep Jinhwa safe. So, you know, she does need to, like, she needs to be there. She needs to kind of be on top of her at all times,
Girl, she
right?
wouldn't be outside with me. She would be in there watching me piss. I'm like, you get to see this now.
Well, yeah, because if you know horror movies, the
There's
bathroom
gonna be a ghost
is not
toilet.
safe. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a ghost toilet. I'm not going in there alone.
I wouldn't have either. I know that this sort of shit happens. So Jinhwa is washing her face and using the seclusion to ruminate on her current situation. You know, whether or not she's got to do a die. She's so deep in thought that she doesn't notice the lights shut off, but she does notice a strange tickle along the back of her neck.
Ugh.
And then the voice comes, casually informing her that she's got something very valuable in her. There, above Jinhwa, skittering along the ceiling, is a female ghoul dressed in an old school uniform, her neck twisted and stretching out towards our protag.
You about to show me it.
Absolutely. Yeah, girl, come on. The lights go off.
I
She
hope you
doesn't
pissed.
see.
I hope she pissed already.
I don't think she needed to piss.
Okay. Oh, she's just freshening up.
Yeah.
No. If you had to piss, that's one thing. Don't freshen up, and that ghost sucks. That's terrifying.
Your brain just like, if you had to piss, oh, ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was the whole point, is that she'd be terrifying.
I was in the middle of ranting. My rant just needed to change.
Miho, annoyed, wonders what's taking Jinhwa so long and reaches for the door, only to discover that it is sealed shut. She instantly realizes why Jinhwa is so caught up in the bathroom and magics the door open, revealing a dangerous sight. Lil Miss Ghoul has her slithering hair around Jinhwa's neck, holding her up and attempting to choke the life out of her.
Mm-hmm.
But Miho, as her bead would suggest, is a fox, after all, and manages to cut Jinhwa free and catches her in her arms. The fight's not over, however, as the ghoul doesn't give a shit who Miho is. She just wants the power Jinhwa holds. The ghoul lunges forward to launch a new attack while Miho frets over what to do. If her bead wasn't swallowed up, she'd have the energy to dispatch a low-level spirit like that with a snap of her fingers. But now, she nervously looks at Jinhwa, making certain that she's passed out, and then accesses her power the only way she can. Miho gives Jinhwa a little kiss on the mouth.
There we go.
You saw it coming.
You know, I had a theory, but I'm actually glad it was just a little kiss on the mouth and not like I have to finger bang you to get my power
Well,
back.
there's no hole in this.
Oh, I forgot. I immediately forgot.
Yeah, there's no hole in this. But that's, you know.
Fantastic, spooky, wonderful.
Yeah.
No.
I'm having
You're pretty rude.
I'm having a blast showing all the spooky pictures. So good.
I will talk to you about murder.
Hey.
You hey.
You like spooky stuff. You're so
You know what I
afraid of it.
don't like? Ghosts.
That's fine. Ghosts aren't real.
Yes, they are. They're real.
No, it's fine.
No, they're real.
Well, after kissing her, Miho then severs the ghoul's head from her body with a wave of her hand, dispatching their enemy in less than a second. Thank fuck that's over. Though it's a wonder Jinhwa didn't wake up. Jinhwa staring up from her place in Miho's arms. Blushing and inquisitive. Is this the super special complicated method Miho mentioned earlier? You damned right it is.
We must kiss if I gotta fight ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
How long before the... And so, like, okay, not to be gross, but she can't just shit the bead out? We don't know?
It's not really a physical object.
Oh, she absorbed it.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
It's not... It was a physical object, but it doesn't stay a physical object.
Nope, I got it. She absorbed power.
It's like a magical suppository.
Again, it's the fucking Shikon jewel.
Uh-huh.
Everyone was trying to bite that shit out of Kagome when she came out of the well.
Mm-hmm. Further discussion of this matter is paused until after they end up in the teacher's office because they up and miss the rest of the school day fighting spookies and shit. Once released, Jinhwa asks for specifics. It's not so much that Miho can absorb power from the bead itself, but more from the power that has mixed with Jinhwa's energy. So basically a more roundabout way than anyone would actually prefer. Jinhwa then asks the gayest thing that she can. If things get heated up more, would you be able to suck it out faster?
Like, if we make out, can it, like...
Like, inferring, if we made out or went further, would you be able to get it out faster? Which is not a straight question.
It's not.
And she is immediately crushed by embarrassment and Miho's surprising natural riz. Because Miho's just like, oh, why are you asking that? You want it out faster?
I would want it out faster. Look, I don't care how straight I thought I was. I want to see spooks, so guess what? Fuck it out of me. We're good. I don't want to see ghosts.
Okay.
If you can fuck it out of me, I'm down.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's got a little shoujo face.
Yeah, that's her
You
just...
kissed me.
Yeah, that's her wide awake, like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you got a little smooch.
Yeah. I do feel bad for Miho sometimes.
Yeah, Miho looks exhausted, like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And this is Jinhwa being like, well, if we heated things up a little bit more, could we get it out faster?
Girl, you just realized you were a lesbian. You had your lesbian awakening.
Yeah, and this is Miho's response of like, oh, were you expecting that?
Yeah, her riz is off the chart. She looks like Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm. Sapphic shenaniganery is unfortunately interrupted by Seoha, who stayed back to make sure both girls could get their things before he locked up the classroom. Though he's also very clearly wary of something. While Jinhwa, reinvigorated by the thoughtfulness of her crush, grabs her things, Miho and Seoha more or less size each other up. They don't exactly have a conversation. It's more of like a roundabout interrogation where it's like, oh, I see blah 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 about you. Oh, I see this about you, bitch. What about? What up?
I see that you could be a ghosty. Yeah, and I see that you're a gray little shrine boy. What are you going to do about it?
Pretty much. But it ends up being revealed to Seoha that Miho's defo not human, and to Miho that Seoha's got some weird ass shit going on. Like specifically, she clocked that he's wearing something that seems a little intense to wear. We don't get a chance to see it at this point, but he is wearing something under his clothing that seems like it's a bit much.
I'm like, boy, what you got on today?
It's not a Yukimoto situation where he's just got like
bondage,
goth bondage under there. So, but it is important. Their weird convo and the associated tension is interrupted by Jinhwa excitingly suggesting that they go for tteokbokki. So, like, I love Jinhwa partially because her brain is like, I've had a really weird day. I'm hungry.
Girl,
we should get snacks. I'm in the mood for snacks.
You fight those demons however you need to.
So she suggests they go eat. They end up going to eat together, which is not how any of them expected to spend an afternoon. Though Miho and Seoha aren't really hanging out just to eat. Not that Miho skips the opportunity, she is stuffing her face regardless. But they're both aware of the absolute ghoul fest slithering around, waiting for the sun to go down, or for Jinhwa to be left alone long enough that she is vulnerable. So I will show you, there's ghosts like all over the like little restaurant that they're in. So they're having a good time. She's happy.
He looks better now. Because again, once she got comfortable drawing, her art got sexy again. Now he looks more attractive. He still looks like an old lady.
Okay. But this is what they're seeing is like ghouls like pressed to the window and shit like that.
Yeah, because they want to eat that
the
girl.
real big spookies, yeah.
That girl's picking her nose.
Oh yeah, Miho is...
Not elegant.
No. I don't know how she would have learned to be that way, so it's totally fine. Jinhwa is oblivious as her supernatural sight is in its infancy and just enjoys the outing and the time with her crush. She's on cloud 9 when they leave because Yoha even touched her hand.
I did see that.
And it definitely wasn't some sort of protective measure to make sure she didn't die or anything.
He wasn't checking she was a dead body. It's possessed with a ghost.
The only thing dampening her spirit is Miho's consistent presence and her snarky remarks. Like, she's giving a lot of, like, man, human courting is weird. You're being weird. Why are you acting like this? This is weird. You're embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. She's right. She's not wrong.
Miho follows Jinhwa home as she, 1, doesn't have a home to return to, and 2, needs to stick by Jinhwa for both of their sakes. Jinhwa's mom opens the door, and Miho, being a creature, flashes her bright blue eyes and glamours Mama Lee into seeing Miho as family. So, from now on, Jinhwa's mom, she's like, oh, that's right, you're my niece.
You're my cousin or something.
Even though her mom is an only child, so she has
right.
no niece. So it freaks Jinhwa out, but her mom's just like, come on in, I brought dinner, it's fine. So that's that. From this day on, Jinhwa and Miho will be living together and sharing a room till whenever this whole bead situation gets figured out. That evening, Jinhwa, despite Miho's sardonic presence, can hardly contain her glee as she flails on her bed and squeals over her super special Doki Doki hand touch with Yoha that afternoon.
She's gonna go in her Hey Arnold shrine and start praying to the football head.
She's not that weird. She's like normal level.
Shaky.
She's just simping. She's simping in a society that like loves idols.
If you swallow a bead before you know what it is to get a boy's love, you're Helga level. Helga bought a love potion. And she drank it from a gypsy. It was just water, which was lucky, but that girl could have been a pedophile. Helga could have woken up with a bad time. Look, Helga didn't think straight about it then. This girl's not thinking straight about it now.
She's fine.
You tripping.
Being 16 is rough. Hey, I don't know what it's like.
Hey, as someone who gets horny about both genders, it ain't this. It ain't this.
I just figure having, sexual attraction's weird, so good for her.
I wear dangly earrings because I knew my married teacher liked them.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Don't do that.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, but that's more normal than what this girl's doing.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But either way, Jinhwa's in her little, not goon cave, because she's not gooning, but she is very excited about what's going on in her life right now. Specifically with boys, nothing else. So Miho orders her to calm down and go to sleep. But, like, of course she can. She's going to have the sweetest dreams about darling Yoha. Or so she wishes.
It'd be really funny if she, is falling asleep and sees Miho's about to barbecue her.
No, not that. What she ends up doing is focusing on that kiss she had with Miho.
Yeah, girl.
Keeps rearing its ugly head and messing with her vibes.
You're gonna have some wet dreams about girlies.
It's
okay. We all suddenly have the gay awakening.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's all from accidental kisses. That's my theory. Look, I'm just saying it happened to me, so,
Well, the next morning is not great. Partially due to lack of sleep on Jinhwa's part, but also because her body's had enough time to adjust to the new power inside of her. Miho does warn her that things will be different, but nothing can prepare Jinhwa for the onslaught of ghost ghoulies and spirits crawling through the streets. Miho ends up having to teleport them to school as Jinhwa's too petrified to make progress, and her obvious fear is like a homing beacon to spooky things.
Just die by fire, girl. I would choose fire.
But like they say that once you notice the ghost, it makes it worse, and so that's what happens to Jinhwa.
Yeah, you're not supposed to look at the ghost. You just have to keep going.
Oh, and I'm going to show you real quick.
He got a mark on his face.
Well, he did get slapped.
Oh, okay.
And I will explain later why he got slapped. But this is Jinhwa freaking out and be like, oh my god, he touched me. It's so great. And this is her next morning. Ghost. Crawling through the crosswalk. Ghost behind her head. She sees a little boy ghost at one point that's like, you have to stand behind the yellow line before you cross the street, okay? Mom said you have to. And she's like, okay, little boy. And then the boy looks up and he's missing the whole section where his eyes are. Like he's been hit by a pole there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so
I don't like that.
She freaks the fuck out. Bless her heart.
Do you have the little boy part? Because as much as I'm like, I don't like it, I want to see it.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know how spooked you're actually going to get, so I like...
I am spooked, but you also know my dumb ass is like, I want to see it.
I will show you later. I remember which chapter it is. Teleporting is cool and all, but it requires a decent amount of energy on Miho's part, which means it's recovery kiss time. It's longer and more impactful.
Do they have to start kissing a lot now in front of folks?
No, they got teleported to the roof.
Oh, okay.
So she at least need to teleport them in privacy. She's not just going to, like, make out with her in, like, random public places like that.
Good. I was like, that would be the worst.
No, Miho is sometimes a little bit behind on things, but she's not that bad.
That's great.
Yeah. But the kiss is longer, more impactful, and it leaves Jinhwa out of breath and flustered. And then Miho does this thing where she puts her hand on Jinhwa's lower stomach, and she's starting to tell her, like, hey, yeah, you've got to figure out how to control those ghosts. So, hand on lower stomach, and then is trying to tell her you have to breathe a certain way.
She's gonna cream her dreams.
Oh, like, Jinhwa, like, slaps her hard across the face. Is like, don't touch me at all. Because she just got all heated up from the kiss, and now you're touching her pelvis, basically. She freaks the fuck out, and I think that's totally fair.
I think it's fair. I wonder if Miho's like, what the fuck, though?
She is, but in Miho's defense, you will find that she never really had an opportunity for a relationship, because she has no idea what she's capable of.
She doesn't know what riz she has.
Yeah, so she, like, when they get to their roof, she just tells Jinhwa, so give me your mouth first. Just give me your mouth.
God. It's so cute, though.
And then the little abdomen touch.
Girl, your panties are wet.
Yeah, I feel bad for Jinhwa
Mina
at that
is
point.
still very sexy, but I'm very sad her one friend's still missing. That's so weird.
It will be resolved. That part will for sure be resolved. We'll get there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Class is relatively chill, as Jinhwa's friends, Yeonju and Mina, officially make Miho's acquaintance and absorb her into their friend group. And, thanks to Seo-ha, any intrusive spirits are kept at bay while they attend to their studies. So, like, Miho notices that Seo-ha's there, and he's obviously done something to reduce the amount of ghost.
He's helping out.
Yeah.
Probably because spook season really picked up.
Really, yeah, because everybody's going to get affected by spook season.
Yeah.
Even people who can't tell that the spooks are around, it's going to be a problem. There is a vampire baseball level dodgeball game between Mina and Miho that afternoon.
Okay.
But what's most important is after. Like, I feel like a jerk mentioning that, but they do have, like, I know in Twilight, they have that stupid vampire baseball thing, and they're, like, throwing the balls too hard and shit like that.
They have baseball during, like, thunderstorms or something, because, like, they can hit the balls so hard it sounds like thunder.
Yeah, that's the kind of dodgeball match they have, where it's really just Mina versus Miho. And I will show you shots from that later, because it's really funny. But Mina is horrifyingly strong, and Miho's the only person who's been able to, like, take her, essentially. And so they have a knockdown, drag-out dodgeball match where everyone else is petrified of getting hit. And they're just, like, focused on each other solely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great.
That's funny.
But after, the coach promised ice cream to the winners of the match, but due to the insanity of Mina and Miho, things end up in a magnificent draw. Coach decides that it's treats for everyone, and saddles the 5 boys in the class with the task of buying. Because for whatever reason, their class is stacked, like, mostly girls.
Why is
and only
Mina
have 5
so
boys.
insane at dodgeball? Is she a cryptid?
She's just a student athlete.
Okay.
She's just really into being fit and capable. Yeah.
Mina's gonna want to fuck Miho. Like, Mina's gonna be like, ah, yeah, senpai, you're strong, I like you.
Mina's got other stuff going on.
Okay.
5 boys are gonna go off and buy the ice cream. Well, except for Seo-ha, who's a fragile little thing and probably shouldn't go outside in any weather but pleasant, breezy, and partly cloudy. So he's on cleanup duty.
A tiny volleyball knocked his ass out.
Yeah, and it's, like, raining at that time, too. And so it's like, you really should stay inside. And they do confirm for sure he really is sickly, and he's been sickly since he was a kid. So it
Yeah.
really is. It's like your body is frail, and then there's weird ghost shit going on.
Because no offense, I can believe that you can get knocked out by like a volleyball. Shit happens. Things can be weird. But like the way it was drawn, I'm like, that boy was not hit that hard. Something's up.
He's got issues, yeah. Jinhwa, a simp in training, offers to help Seoha, making sure they can complete their chore and still have time to meet up with their peers before break ends. While putting up the last piece of equipment, a strange traditional-looking red box falls from the top shelf of the storage room. A room, by the way, that Young Ju claimed was filled with the spirit of a female student that had starved to death after being locked in there as a prank.
No. Hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Hate that. What a terrible prank.
Mm-hmm.
What a terrible prank. How fucking long was she in there? 4 or 5 days?
Yeah,
God.
something like that. That's what Young Ju says.
Thank you. Thank you, Young Ju. Because, you can really last much longer than you would expect. Because, they're like, yeah, you die in 3 days. But, that just depends how hydrated you are.
Mm-hmm.
You could last, up to 5. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jinhwa sets about putting the box back. But, of course, she's in a room with her crush. So while she does replace the box, she ends up losing her balance and falling back onto Seoha. She's embarrassed and apologetic because she must have been, so heavy. And she's so sorry.
It'd be funny if his sickly ass is like, yes, you're so heavy.
No, but Seoha's cool with it and denies that it caused him any undue suffering. They help each other up and make their way out of the storage room, rather conspicuously leaving behind a weird necklace.
Uh-oh.
A necklace that Miho had referred to earlier and is definitely the thing keeping ghoulies at bay.
Uh-oh.
And, there was a bunch of hair slithering out of the box, so, you know where this is going.
Angry girl.
Mm-hmm.
Angry ghost girl.
Seoha doesn't make it far before realizing what he forgot, and he rushes back, telling Jinhwa to not wait up.
Please heal her with the power of friendship. Or an apology. Hey, you want me to hunt those girls down and, beat their asses for you?
Well, we'll get into what the ghost is in a second. Just hold on.
Well, if it's the starved girl, I'll go beat a bitch for you, whatever.
Let's see. Thankfully, Little Miss Simp ignores the suggestion and returns to the storage room, coming upon the horrific scene of some giant-ass, long-limbed ghost forcibly holding Seoha down.
Oh, that's creepy.
And this ghost is saying, "Oh, I would have wanted a female body, but I guess you'll do."
Mm-mm.
As the ghost is lashing their tongue near his face.
Gross.
Things get a little bit crazy from there as the necklace keeps getting shifted around, and Seoha gets possessed by some chipper ass ghoul fighting spirit. He passes out and then he comes back awake and his eyes are golden and he looks like he's in a good mood and is the healthiest he's ever been. The whole ordeal culminates with the ghoul's defeat, leaving Seoha in a passed out heap on Jinhwa, with a precious little trickle of blood flowing down from his forehead.
How did they defeat it? Power of love?
No, Seoha got powers for a second. He got possessed by something. And then he actually used power similar to what Miho has to take this ghoul out. It actually defeated the ghoul, yeah. It's a lot of action scenes. It's very cool with a lot of action scenes. Let's catch up in the little pictures real quick. So, of course, got the girl looking cuter. Guys are getting better at their style. This is important. That is,
the
Seojin.
The brother?
Mm-hmm. And he came to their classroom and be like, "Hey, Mina, do you have the notes for blah, blah, blah?" And she's like, "Yeah, here." And then lays it up to him. And afterwards, Shinwa's like, "Well, what was that about? Are you guys close?" "Oh, he doesn't really have any friends."
Shit.
And then Mina's like, "Anyways, we're gonna go get food after school today, right?" And just changes the subject. And Jinhwa's like, "That's weird.
That is weird.
Why'd she change the subject like
Why
that?"
doesn't he have friends? Are you bullying him?
There's a good question there. And then this is the mystery traditional box or whatever.
Mystery box.
Which looks like a ghost box.
It's creepy.
It shouldn't be in there. It looks like it's from the Joseon dynasty or something like that. It should absolutely not be in the storage room at this point. And then there's a little bit of hair coming out of it. Oops, I fell on you. My bad. I'm sorry.
And what's funny is she does look like she could crush his poor little weak ass.
Yeah, and then here's the ghost fully coming out of the box.
Grudge
And this
lady.
is the eye that the ghost has.
Oh, no! I'm about to swear.
You're allowed to swear.
The swears that want to jump out of me feel like bad.
Okay.
You ever worry that you'll be like, sweet Mary Joseph sucking cock instead of like a normal swear?
Yeah, I do that all the time. And I don't care.
Okay.
I'm proud of it.
Just censor anything that I say really bad, okay?
Okay. And then here we have Ghost Lady being like, let me just hold you down.
You.
And this is what I'm saying, that Seoha, when he's possessed, eyes change color, and then he looks healthy.
He does look perky, like, oh yeah.
Healthy and perky. And then we'll jump ahead to that in a sec.
Who the fuck is she?
Well, she's got similar hair color to some other people.
I mean, I can guess that she's a parent or something, but
Yeah.
like, also, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you lift? What's up?
So, while all this is going on, Miho, already back in class, excuses herself to the bathroom, because ain't no way it takes that long to clean up the fucking gym. She trusts her gut and comes upon Jinhwa crying and Seoha out of this world in their unfortunate situation. They do end up at the hospital, which is super responsible of them, but it's there that they confirm what exactly their lives are going to look like for a while. See, Seoha's mom is, of course, also a shaman, and she is a son of a bitch who is pissed that her son is injured and is even angrier that there's a sneaky little fox spirit hanging around on her turf.
Uh-oh.
And honestly, she's mad all the time, as she definitely slapped Seoha earlier for coming home too late from their tteokbokki outing. She's ready to exterminate Miho on sight, and she would have if it wasn't for Jinhwa's newly awakened abilities. So she actually does cut Miho's arm, like, with some weird shamanistic magic or whatever. Like, praise to her deity, cuts Miho's arm, and she's actually bleeding, like, in the fucking hospital hallway. The mom had put up some barrier or something like shit, like, all it.
To be fair, Miho's a demon thing. I'm kind of get it, but if she then, like, slapped her son or, like, hurts the other girl, that's more affronting
It's
to me.
hard and fast, considering they brought him to the hospital, and she knows they brought him to the hospital.
It doesn't bother me. I like demon stories so much that when people react like this, I'm not bothered. Because often, they have trained really hard. They have been fed information. Demons are bad. Ghosts are bad. Don't let them in or they'll trick you. Like, I'm so used to this plot that normally I'm like, that's your one out. You know, like, that's your one, like, pass. Because she might turn out to be useful later.
I will say, in Miho's case, hers is weird because fox spirits are not always bad. She has a bad reputation, which gets complicated, but that's really what's going on. So she has a bad reputation, even though it's been a long time. Yeah, so she absolutely did cut Miho's arm, and then...
It is shocking. I'm not saying that the character shouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
But my ass reading this is like, this might be something else later.
Yeah, but then Jinhwa, like, tries to protect her and, like, is holding on to her, and then a shield comes up and protects both of them from any other moves by the mom.
Good.
And that's where Jinhwa's like, I don't know how I did that. What the fuck was that? That's a surprise. When was I able to do that? So it becomes clear to both Jinhwa and Miho that things aren't going to be easy. They'll have to deal with angry ghouls, angrier mom shamans, out-of-control ghosts, supernatural powers, mischievous deities, and a school trip. Things are going to get complicated, and I haven't even gotten to Miho's upsetting journey to becoming a fox.
It was upsetting?
Yeah.
Oh,
and of course, like, the rest of the lesbianism that they gotta fall into.
Yeah. Honestly, fucking fun adventure, let me tell you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. So there's a bunch of stuff I couldn't cover because, again, I don't know how I keep coming across stories that are dense as hell, but this one's only 60 chapters. I didn't realize how much there was to cover until I started doing the recap. I didn't get to the fact that, like, the ghost that they just battled in the school doesn't die. She turns into a little eyeball.
Oh.
And then she like, latches onto Jinhwa, basically, tries to come along place with Jinhwa. She's like, well, I want her power, I want the power that's in her, but she's like a little eyeball now, and she can't do shit.
That's pretty cute.
And Jinhwa...
look at it, it's cute!
Yeah, and so Jinhwa refuses to get rid of her, she's like, no. Because Miho's like, I'll just destroy her right now, it's not a big deal. But Jinhwa's like, well, I kind of feel bad for her, and she's so small. What is she gonna do? What's cool is they actually do give the eyeball enough power to go back to her like big ghost form later, but it's Jinhwa's giving her that power to help them do something. And so the eyeball, despite being like, what if we just kill her? Hey Miho, what if we just kill her while she's asleep? And you give me the body and you can get your bead back. Like,
there's actually like a straight version of this that I have read. I like this art style much better, but like I think it's called like A Ghoul's Bride or something like that. And it's straight up, it's like this girl like marries a ghost. But for real. And then basically every time she's reborn, she has to kind of fall in love with him again and deal with seeing ghosts and cryptids and spooky things. And weird monsters get attached to her. Like there's this weird kappa creature that he's like, I want to eat her. And then later he's like, if I just chew out her arm softly because I like her. Like, it's cute. And it's a fun little spooky thing. It's good.
And like that vibe is kind of in this as well. So not every ghost they come across is bad, because every ghost is different, every ghoul is different, that sort of thing. But they keep the eyeball, and I thought that was a cute choice. And then this is relevant for later about Miho's dark little past.
Yeek. It looks like a dark little past.
And then this is a reference that Miho's having where she's like, man, Jinhwa just reminds me of somebody, and I can't put my finger on it.
Can't remember.
And then I had to show you her again.
Oh, she's pretty.
So there's a girl later that I really like because she is a huge asshole.
Is this the huge asshole?
Yeah, she's an asshole. She's a bad girl.
But I like her.
But she's really pretty, like pretty enough to be an idol.
Okay.
But she is an asshole. She's a jerk to a lot of people.
It's too bad. I love her hairstyle.
She's great. And we'll get into these two because she's got a girlfriend.
Is that Mina?
No, it's another girl's.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got a girlfriend. And
I thought they were in like lab outfit.
No, that's just another girl. Because this girl's also really tall. Taller than Mina, actually.
Yeah, because Mina was tall too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where we'll wrap up for that part. We can jump into these characters. I'll give you some more details, and we'll get to why I really just think this is one of the strongest things that I've read in a hot minute. Like, yeah, we just came off Payback, and Payback was baller and is very strong, but as far as something that is fairly short and sweet, at only 60 chapters, I thought from beginning to end, the pacing on this was crazy good.
Girl, I'm hyped. Like, let me tell you.
It's one of those things I do wish it was animated as well, so I'd watch it that way.
Yeah. Like, and how they did the boarding of the comic itself, it feels like it'd be a very good fucking, like, anime. You're like, hey, this is good.
Yeah.
The range of motion and action in it is fantastic.
I did also almost get jump scared a couple times. Like, I knew what I was getting into, and I'm not, like, super easy to spook, but the way that everything was paneled, there are certain scenes I was like, oh, that was, okay. That's spooky.
Yeah, that's spooky for real.
Yeah, let's start with the characters, and then we'll keep going. So, Lee Jinhwa is our main character, and a girl rocking the purest of souls, which is something that she's actually told multiple times, that her soul's really pure. That the lady at the little tent bar told her that she's got a pure soul. Miho mentions it. I believe Syoha mentions it at one point as well. Syoha's mom also was like, your soul's awfully pure, blah, blah, blah. Everyone who's got some powers can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also partially why she was getting stalked by ghosts before, is because her soul's so pure. So there's a reason why she's inundated with this. But she's charming in the way that a lot of shoujo heroines are, where she's kind, altruistic, has strong friendships, and a fierceness that you wouldn't expect. She's also really silly and goofy, and just a good vibe about her. She's a little bit airheaded, but in the way that a teenager would be. She's great. She's also thoughtful and considerate of others, while still being very much, a goofy little teenager. Power can't corrupt her, and instead, it makes her conviction stronger to the point that she's putting herself in danger to help others. So as she starts getting into her powers, she's actually then using it to do more. She very much feels like, not like Usagi from Sailor Moon, because I think Usagi is goofy sillier than her, and is clumsier and stuff like that. But I think Jinhwa just really embodies that good main heroine energy from a lot of stuff, where you just can't help but like her, and you do want good things for her. She has a mad crush on Syoha, but in true bisexual fashion, she gets her shit rocked by a cool, hot lady with trauma.
God, isn't that the truth?
Isn't it always? Miho is an old as hell fox spirit and our female lead. She gives a raised in the woods without parents kind of vibe, and makes that obvious by the way she interacts with everyone. She's not mean, per se, but rather a type of aloof that has been forged through a lot of disappointment and suffering. She's crass, straightforward, rough and tumble, and ultimately a person with a capacity for deep emotion. She's a flirt, though I'm not sure if she realizes that. She forever and always has a lot going on, but she still manages to catch feelings.
Nice.
Because I think she's a fairly complicated character. She does give me Inuyasha vibes, but I think it's like if Inuyasha was more mature and had depth of emotion.
Yeah.
Like emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, honestly, to be fair to him, if he'd gotten a chance to learn emotions better, because he was, like, going through it as a child for a long-ass time.
That's true, but I would say in this case, Miho kind of rivals a lot of that. But then she's been alive forever, so she does make some sense of things. But it's whatever. It's still, you know.
Yeah.
Inuyasha's a child. It's fine. Syoha is a fellow student and a shaman in training, and Jinhwa's crush. His design is pretty perfect because he's really got that kind of haunted Victorian doll look mixed in with the K-pop idol.
Mm-hmm.
He is seemingly perfect, good grades, kind demeanor, and very responsible. But underneath all that is an unexpected amount of torment. He's a good dude overall and absolutely deserves nice things.
Mm-hmm.
He is kinda sorta Miho's love rival, but he's super mature about it.
Yeah.
Seol Mina is a student athlete and one of Jinhwa's closest friends. She's got the energy you expect out of a track and field athlete and carries that with her everywhere. So that is very much why she's just like, dodgeball, hard as fuck, let's go.
Yeah.
She's just on at all times. She's got a straightforwardness that rivals Miho's, but you can tell she's actually been raised by someone. She knows her friends well, has endless faith in them, and is astute enough to know when to not push. She's absolutely a ride or die friend.
Okay, question though, like, does no one seriously remember that one girl who went missing?
No.
Oh my god.
Jinhwa's the only one who remembers.
I keep waiting for someone to remember.
No. Jang Youngju is another one of Jinhwa's closest friends, and she is low-key obsessed with the occult. She is the arbiter of so many ghost stories in this manhwa, but her knowledge, though approximate, is often helpful. As much as she loves ghosts, she loves her friends more, and will pick them over spookies any day.
I mean, you should.
Yeah, you should.
What, you can't kiss a ghost?
Well, she almost kind of did.
Oh.
Complicated. Each one of the... pretty much all the side characters have their own little adventure at some point.
Nice.
So, somehow, like, integrated with the supernatural ghost and ghoulies sort of stuff. They all have something that happens to them.
That's cool.
And so, Youngju does have her own little adventure. And I thought that was really strong and interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because this comic does, like, kind of take almost an episodic, like, Ghoul of the Day vibe for a little bit, too. But it doesn't spend that much time there. It just says, like, well, hey, this person's got to have something, this person's got to have something. We have to, like, shore up this situation, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Su-ah is another part of Jinhwa's friend group, and she seems perfectly nice, but she does disappear after chapter 2 and doesn't make another appearance until the very end. We don't know what happened to her. She was just gone.
That sucks.
And
That's
then
so
she's back.
Annoying.
But she doesn't remember being gone, so things are fine. And in fact, if I remember correctly, all the places that Miho was, she then takes the place. So they take pictures with Miho, and then Su-ah is there instead.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect, but no one's, like, emotionally fucked up by this, because the powers that be are powerful enough to just, like, nope her out of existence and put her back.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so she is fine. A lot of people, I read comments about this, a lot of people were very concerned, like, what the fuck happened to her? So even, like, chapters and chapters, and they're still like, where is she? Where is she?
Yeah. Like, no joke.
Seojin is Syoha's brother. Seems like a jerk, and is a secret third thing. He also has spiritual awareness, but for some reason is not burdened with the responsibilities Syoha has. He's incredibly overprotective of his brother, but the more you unravel their story, it makes sense.
Okay.
He's got a good heart and will always do what's best for his brother, no matter how difficult it might be. And he really doesn't really have any friends, so it's not really his fault. It's complicated.
That's probably Mommy's fault.
Oh, they have so much stuff going on. Which is another point. They have their own side arc, and it's really good. But so you don't expect it, but they have their own side arc. And I was really glad because a lot of times characters get thrown in that seem interesting, and they're just like, oh, it's not a big deal. They went in, and I was like, thank you. Because I desperately wanted to know. I really did. So there are a lot of things to appreciate about this one, but the genre bending has got to be my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Folks are not kidding when they compare this to Inuyasha. It does definitely have action-adventure shoujo vibes. There's also obviously a romance and even a bit of rivalry in that, though it's significantly less annoying than whatever the fuck was going on between Kagome, Kikyo, and Inuyasha.
God.
But Master of the Fox Bead is also a horror story. Not a psychological one like a lot of shoujos can be. Just straight up spooky shit, bloodshed, and attempted murder.
Nice.
So I would say this kind of reminds me more of Bluesky in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Bluesky were a little bit sweeter, because a lot of people die in Bluesky. A lot of people die in Bluesky. Jesus.
Or a curse with immortality. Like, that actually sucks.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Oh, and also, of course, like, the lesbianism. I really have yet to read a comic that so effortlessly mixes together horror and shoujo elements with a hefty amount of gay on top. And no element is ignored in favor of the other. They remain in balance to the end, creating a story that is fun, exciting, and emotional. The overarching theme is unconditional love. It doesn't hit you over the head, but love or loss of it is a catalyst for everything that happens, starting all the way back in Miho's origin century and all the way to the present. And obviously the love that develops between Miho and Jinhwa is regularly referenced, like what with the whole synchronizing of their souls, allowing them to seamlessly pass around the power of the Fox Bead, but then also like all the long gazes they have at each other, the weird overly considering one another, the things that you would feel if you were slowly falling in love with somebody kind of thing.
Right.
But love, platonic or otherwise, motivates the other characters too. I said before that Youngju and Mina would go to bat for their friends, and that, of course, is a kind of love. Their individual side arcs are also driven by love and compassion for some combination of horrifying and adorable ghost. Seojin's attitude and the actions he takes are 100% because he loves his brother and feels responsible for him. And also the endearing love he has for his mother, despite the whole fucky situation they're in where she's slapping kids and shit like that. He still cares about her and is trying to do stuff for her out of love too.
Does she ever, like, chill out or get a redemption or die for us? Because, you know.
She does.
If she can't get better, she can die for us.
She does start figuring her shit out. It's such a cool moment because it's Jinhwa and Miho, like, full on working together. And Miho's always trying to be, like, very, like, I'm not that involved in this, I should just leave it alone. But she goes to bat for Jinhwa on this one, and they both work together to, like, kind of fix some of the situation that's going on. And you do get a hint you get a pretty big hint as to why Sojin and Skyoha's mom is having a rough one. It is complicated. Like, I don't think she's right, but I get where she's coming from. There's a lot of stuff going on for her, too. Skyoha, as I mentioned earlier, feels overly responsible for everyone, and his ability to disconnect from that feeling develops out of love. He catches feelings for Jinhwa, which helps, but he also finds real, honest platonic love in Mina, Youngju, and even Miho. He also learns to love his damn self, and therefore prioritizes his wants needs for the first time in, like, ever.
Good.
Skyoha's whole journey is really interesting in general, not just because it's upsetting, but also because it mirrors Miho's in a few ways. He's absolutely discovering friendship for the first time, and how it feels to have a group of people go to bat for you and consider your feelings. But Miho is doing that too. Though in her case, she's rediscovering that after centuries of being very much alone, she can actually have those things back. She can have interpersonal connections. She can have people that she's close to and that care about her. Seoha is learning to reduce his responsibility to a normal amount and to actually enjoy being alive for a bit, and Miho's right on his heels. Finding a balance between being too involved and too aloof, it is also having regular teenage fun without worrying about societal collapse, or like eating, or where she's gonna sleep. So she's actually getting to be a teenager for kind of the first time in all of these years that she's been alive.
Nice.
They are just two overburdened individuals trying to create a new path forward while whoopsing themselves into dokis for Jinhwa. Which is honestly a thing I appreciated. Jinhwa's a great character, and she is quite lovable, so it's unsurprising that she would have two people gunning for her affections. But as someone who has very little patience for love triangles, it's so fucking good to see two people being normal about it.
Yeah.
Miho and Seoha do not fight over Jinhwa, and respectfully support each other when necessary. They love her, but they aren't obsessed with her, nor do they treat her like an object, which is important, especially for women, because I get so sick of every love triangle either treating a woman like an object, or the woman is portrayed to be too fucking stupid to figure out, who she should go with. Like, one dude's, punch you in the face every weekend. Oh, should I choose him? We're not a couple, but should I choose? It's like crazy, insane shit, and it's like, I know everyone wants to be wanted, but not like that.
Yeah.
And I hate that it gets portrayed that way, or I hate when the fucking, love rivals fight about stupid shit, and it's like, you think that's gonna make her like you better, dog? Don't be like that. Mm-hmm. So I was stoked that didn't happen, that they were super respectful to each other, that they, helped each other fight ghosts and shit like that. They were just super, super normal, and didn't make it everyone's problem. They understood that their feelings for Jinhwa were their own fucking problems. And that at some point they could make it Jinhwa's problem. But, in a respectful way, as respectful as possible, right? And neither of them are put down by the narrative either. Like, they are both good people with their own unique baggage and flaws, and you'd feel pretty happy to date either of them. Like, Seoha would absolutely be a male lead in a straight romance for teens, but swap the gender and so would Miho.
Yeah.
Because I've seen her ass, but as a male character.
Like, no kidding, she has Sephiroth vibes, and I know there's some girls who love Sephiroth enough, they'd be like, pussy is fine, I'll deal with it.
But, Miho honestly kind of even reminds me of Yusuke Urameshi a little bit, with different types of baggage. Like, she just has this, shonen protag feel to her that I really appreciate.
Like, she gives me that, oh, that's your Bleach Ichigo, that's Yusuke Urameshi.
Yes.
That's, Sakura from Windbreaker. I get it.
Yes. Which is something that I found fascinating about this manhwa. It follows a lot of tropes that are generally found in shoujo romances, but the difference is the gender. Miho really does remind me of Inuyasha, just with, a much higher emotional IQ. But also, every rough around the edges, emotionally reserved male lead I've ever seen. She's just also a hot lady.
She's very hot.
So the story definitely gives the vibe of a guy covering Jolene and not changing the pronouns, which really ups the queerness.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, anytime there's a very gendered song, they don't change the pronouns. That's kind of what it feels like.
Come on, Michael Bublé. Call Santa sexy.
Exactly. Just fuck Santa, Michael. God damn it.
Don't go buddy.
Oh, my God.
Santa buddy. Call him baby, bitch.
Even if you're not picking up on the long glances and the accidentally on purpose a new window and the heightened emotions between Jinhwa and Miho, there's other gay shit going on around them. Like, there's a sapphic ghost that shows up for a few chapters.
Yeah, and there seems to be a mean bitch with a girlfriend.
Yes, there's an openly out lesbian couple that are very clearly obsessed with each other, and they make several appearances just to be gay and to show Jinhwa what's possible, I guess.
Give in to your dog lesbian side.
Because the mean girl has she's like a delinquent. She's like a delinquent, essentially. She skips school all the time, and she's mean, and she's super, super pretty, and then she has her straight-laced, very academic-oriented, plainer-looking girlfriend.
And someone's got to bring home the money. They
are obsessed with each other. I'm so happy to see it. But it really does feel like Gyaga created opportunities to up the lesbianism whenever she wasn't drawing frightening ghost critters. Like, okay, we're not doing spooks, it's lesbians now. That's what we got. And, I've hyped up Gyaga before, back when we covered Baker on the First Floor. But if you're a fan of her work, this one is a must-read. This comic is an amalgamation of all of her narrative and artistic strengths. So you have her knack for gut punches woven together with her goofy humor and her love of layering high drama over rather ordinary settings. Because Bigger on the First Floor was dramatic as shit, but it was a very normal setting of just Yeah, I run a bakery and you're a manhwa artist. No big deal. Her other comic that has like a vampire, like a demon in it, they're treating being a demon and being a vampire like a very normal thing.
Like a
they're
business?
Yeah, almost like
Is
a
this
business.
the blood bank one?
No, it's not blood bank. It's a different one. Yeah. I don't think I've shown you this one before, but that one has a very like, oh, we're just here and we're doing a normal thing, and like vampires got to do this and we got to do this, and then it takes a hard right into some bullshit, and you're like, oh my god, but still like normalized setting, but all this high drama over it. Her art is incredibly clean in this one too. Every stroke is exactly where it needs to be, and even static headshots are charged with energy and emotion. She draws Biho looking really smug and hot, which is a huge plus too.
Yeah, art is art, y'all. Like, it's very good.
She managed to draw the like little under eye bags that are so popular in probably the cutest way I've seen them, because I could tell that's what she was going for, but I was like, it doesn't look bad, because I feel like it's so hard to draw the under eye bags and make them like as charming as they actually appear on people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, the visual treatment of Jinhwa helps express the depth of her character in ways the text just can't. And of course, like, the ties to her destiny or whatever, like, you kind of figure out what's going on with her and the depths of her powers and how she's connected to Miho through a lot of the artistic choices that are made. All in all, Master of the Fox Bead is a really fun ride, especially if you're a horror fan. It has the sweetness and charm of a typical high school adventure, mixed with the high-stakes tension and devastating emotional beats of a supernatural romance. And somehow, amongst all the twists and turns, and the loose baddie of the day arcs, it manages to land delicately with an ending that proves love is enduring and everlasting. Ultimately, love is the risk and the reward.
Nice.
So, if you want teenage action adventure with a slathering of romance and a fair amount of bloodshed and ghouls, Master of the Fox Bead is for you. You can read it on Tapas. It contains violence, murder, sacrificial murder, blood, ghosts, ghouls, and spirits, horror, complicated family relationships, dead parents, and honest-to-God jump scares.
Mm-hmm. No, I was spooked several times.
Yeah, and that wasn't all of them. There are more. There's obviously more.
All right. So, for whole rating, there's no sex. But there's actually kissing, and it seems like there's going to be at least a lot of it.
There's a fair bit of kissing, and then I think the moment where they're like, we are in love with each other, I think is very passionate. There's a good amount of passion, and it's like a...
No, look, there's no sex. But the fact that it's not being chased to shit, like some of the other ones we found, where it's like, we read ones like fucking Made in Heaven, where there was like never a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That still got a good rating. But like, because there's actually at least some kissing, I'm gonna give it a 4. Like, you can get a little horny from this, you like, if you're that sensitive or whatever. But point is, like, there's something. Like, you're giving me kisses, you're giving me, like, abdomen touches and sexual innuendo.
You're giving long glances. You know that these two are attracted to each other. You can feel that at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Now, before I give it my full whole rating, I have to ask the question, do the lesbians die at the end?
No. Girl, not me.
Hey,
okay, no.
Those are good in their own time. There are ones that are good.
Okay, I'm going to put this out now. If the main characters die at the end, I will absolutely spoil that for you, and I will explain if it's a temporary death, or if it's like they're going to be reborn, and so it ends open-ended. There's not even like a confirmed death, but it is not a lesbians die at the end situation. It is a little complicated, but I would not be telling all this if it was like they're going to be dead forever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a time and place for that, but I would warn y'all first.
Yeah. There is a time and place for it, and I'm not saying knock on all those Yuris where the lesbians die or the gays die. I'm not shunning those because they have their place. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the couple dying is beautiful and moving, heartbreaking and lovely.
Yeah.
I get it. I want, you know what I want? What I truly want? Old gays. I want old gays in comics. I want people to live out their gay life and be together. I'm not super close to my 40s, okay? But I'm going to be in my 40s soon. One day I'll be in my 40s. I'll be older. Honestly, like, the older I get, with you by my side, I'm going to be excited. Because I want to be, like, I don't know, that gay person that young people can be like, that can be me one day. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to flash my little little bisexual flag and be like, hey, I'm here, homie. I see you. I'll help you too. Like, I want to be the old generation, like how we have our friend for us. Like, we have one for us.
Yeah.
I want that for
Yeah.
others. But I just wanted to know if they died because, like, again, I want to see some old people live. Anyways, they don't. That's great. So I'm going to give it the full rating I intended to give it, which is 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm very interested. I'm going to read this as soon as I can. But I just had to know if they died.
Yeah. I will also have as an aside, if you are not familiar with Eastern ghost stories and supernatural stuff, some of the stuff in this might be a little bit confusing to you. Pace yourself. Watch a Korean horror movie. Look up some of the stuff about their ghosts. Anything that you kind of have a question about will be answered through that, because there's just not that extra context given. I didn't have a problem parsing it, but we used to binge horror movies. You may have a little bit of a struggle, so just keep that in mind.
And we binged horror movies from all over. So.
Yeah, we do. Well, if you want more from Gyaga, her social media is gone, but you can read I'm Yours, Blood and Soul, and Cover Up on Lazen. Baker on the First Floor is no longer available, which I think we mentioned before, but you can listen to our episode, Trauma Me Sue, that covers it. You can also probably find other info on it if you do a search, if you know what I mean. You'll figure it out. Need more Hole? There's plenty more on our socials at Hole-Chat on Bluesky and Tumblr. Our YouTube is also filled with the clips, so you can revisit choice moments or share them with your friends. And we are friendly, by the way, and would love to hear from y'all. So DMs and comments are open on every site that you see us, and you can always send us an email at hole.chat.69@gmail. Please share with your friends, share with your dad, share with your neighbors, share with that Fujo you never talk to at work, but you can tell that she's nasty. Anyone, share it. We'd really appreciate it, and like, subscriptions, follows, all that shit, they really help us out. So anything you can do it. We'll appreciate it. We'll notice. I check.
Yeah, because the more you listen, like, we also hope that people will recommend comics to us. Like, hey, tell us what gay little comics you want us to review, because then we can maybe hopefully spread gay more little comics
Tell
around
us
the
where
world.
the girls are fucking each other.
Please, yeah, like, no joke. It's kind of sad, silly, how much we're like, wow, we'd like to read a Yuri that was, like, a good story and also had, like, a little spice in it.
Yeah, I'm begging on my hands and knees. I'm only one man. I can only find so much pornography, okay? That's all we got this time. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stay cool and tighten up.
Tighten up!